science behind lava lamps. In order to create a lava lamp, there are 4 things needed. Water, which is the compounds of hydrogen, one of the elements on the periodic table, and it's also a molecule. Oil,
It all goes into a spreadsheet.
which is the compounds and a molecule, and it's usually a mixture of the pure substances hydrogen, carbon, and oxygen. Food coloring, and Alka-Selzer, which is made up of a citric acid and hydrogen carbonate. Water and the oil are a mixture in this case, and they're known as the solvents because they are what dissolve the Alka-Selzer and what the food coloring is placed into, and they are also both liquids. And the Alka-Selzer is a solid, and it is the solute as well as the food coloring, but the food coloring is also a liquid. And the reaction that is made is called the solution. A lava lamp is a type of heterogeneous mixture, but the colored water is a homogeneous mixture because the colored water, with the food coloring in the water, it's harder to separate, unlike the oil and the water, which is known as the suspension, because the oil is suspended above the water. And the reason that the oil is suspended above the water is because it is less dense than the water, and the Alka-Seltzer tab is more dense than everything else in the bottle. And there are different types of heterogeneous mixtures, and yeah, this one's a suspension. And also the food dye is more dense than the oil, but has similar density to the water, resulting in it sitting at the top of the water for a little and not dyeing the oil. Throughout the experiment, the physical properties of the materials changed. For example, at the beginning of the lab, the water was clear, but by the end, it was green because the food coloring changed its color. Also, the Alka-Seltzer is an example of a chemical change because it dissolved from a solid to a gas, creating bubbles in the water and oil. Unlike the Alka-Seltzer, the water does not change its state of matter, but stays as a liquid the whole time. In this lab, the physical changes were the water switching colors and the oil being added. A chemical change was the Alka-Seltzer being added because it caused the whole thing to bubble, which was known as the main reaction. The whole experiment had a high solubility, and the reaction happened quickly. I highly recommend you try this experiment at home for a cool reaction.